What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast. It's the Anything Better podcast with your hosts, Phil Burr, Paul Virzi, and our producer, Andrew Themlis, out there in Beverly Hills. And today, you guys are listening to episode number 69. Who do we got, guys? 69 numbers.
All right, number 69, you have Jared Allen.
Nice defensive player.
2004 to 2015, 187 game, 136 sacks, Paul.
Yep.
6 interceptions, 19 fumble recoveries, 5-time Pro Bowl selection, 4 first-time all-time, tied for NFL record with 4 career safeties. And then in baseball, you got the 2004 Red Sox champion Bronson Arroyo. 2006 All-Star, 2010 Gold Glove winner. He played from 2000 to 2014 and came back briefly in 2017. So the man has an MLB pension. And I think that's it. I don't know if there's anybody else here. John Runyon. Runyon, there you go. Is another
Dude, Runyon was an animal, yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys know what happens with 69 when you reverse the number. When you turn it over, it's 69 again. Sorry.
Oh, I thought it was 96. Mark Sklereth. That's that guy on ESPN.
Yeah,
DeMar Dotson. Yeah. Oh, Andrew Desjardins. Desjardins, as they say out here, is hockey. Willie Young, 66 to 75. Woody Peoples. Here's some old school names. Chester Pitts. Mike Lewis, not a lot of names in this post. Jordan Mercer, currently active for the Pirates. Oh, here's one for you, Paul. 1960 to 1968 with a cop haircut. Cheryl Hedrick. All right, I think we're done here.
What are the most famous 3-name athletes you could remember? 3 names. I'm trying to think as you said.
What do you mean, like Louis Gossett Jr.?
Mario Van Peebles?
Yeah, but Van Peebles is his last name.
That's
you mean
not
3 syllables?
Oh, okay. I
Mario
guess so.
Van Peebles. So I wasn't Mario Van Peebles, like Mario Peoples. It's Mario Van Peebles.
Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. He was a good defensive back for the Cardinals and the Giants. There's a running back. There was a running back for Jason Pierre-Paul.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Nice. That's the winner so far.
I saw a highlight of Wilt Chamberlain blocking his skyhook twice in a row, same play.
Wow.
And people said you can't, for a long time people were like, why doesn't somebody else develop that shot? You can't defend against it. Which is true unless you look at that highlight and it's Wilt Chamberlain. But it's also Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So I'm willing to say in his career, he never took back-to-back skyhooks on the same trip down the court and somebody blocked both of them, other than that one time with Wilt.
No, that's amazing, dude. Dude, that's amazing. Wilt Chamberlain never gets talked about, rarely, I should say, rest his soul. Wilt Chamberlain rarely gets talked about as greatest center ever.
I think he does.
I always hear Russell and Kareem always in the argument first.
Yeah, now so. But when I was a kid.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Things go by. You know how you guys are. You're like, the Beatles stink, right? I mean, after a while, it's just like, hey, the guy scored 100 points in a game, but he only won 1 championship. I mean, Steve Kerr has more rings than this fucking guy. I mean, it's just that's so what happened. Richard Pryor, black guys do this, white guys do that. I mean, it's just what happens.
It is a time thing. That's very, very true.
Yeah, he did not stand the test of time well. And there's been a couple of guys who kind of fucking, sports writer guys that shit on him. Saying about, I don't know. I mean, how do you shit on a guy who scores 100 points? I don't give a fuck if he is ball hogging.
Yeah, no, I think the knock on Wilt was those those black and white pictures of like white guys up to his dick, like look like you go to a kindergarten game and you start fucking with kids. He would literally do this.
No, what got him was Bill Russell.
Yeah.
So Bill Russell was getting the rings and he had the stats. It was kind of like early Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, where Peyton Manning had these gaudy stats and Brady was getting the rings. But then Peyton crucially came back and got that second ring with a different team when he could have gone to the stacked 49ers and gotten a layup. And instead, he went to the Broncos and earned it like a man. That's why nobody fucks with him now, I feel.
Speaking of Peyton Manning, they were showing, I've never watched the Manning cast, but apparently there's a TV show where Eli and Peyton watch Monday Night Football. They call the game and they have guests on. So this week they had Saquon on after the Giants win. They had Shannon Sharp, and then they're watching the game, and fucking another coaching move that was kind of a blunder by the Broncos is they had 40 seconds left and he's going like this. Peyton's going, Eli, doesn't he got it? And Eli's going, yeah, dude, they're not even set. He goes, Sutton does. He was talking about the receiver. He goes, yeah, dude, Sutton's not settled. And Peyton's just going like this, dude. And they just started like, Peyton's going like this. And then they called it at 20 seconds. And then Shannon Sharp was the guest. And he goes, did they just burn 20 seconds and then call a timeout? And like Peyton was doing it. And then Peyton just goes, as soon as it happened, he just goes, it was like you could tell he was like.
I was just picturing growing up watching a football game over the Mannings. It's like, I like those guys, but it's just everybody knows so much. I just feel like I can't say anything when I'm over there.
That's
and
so,
Archie comes walking in with like an ice pack on his lower back. He's out that week for the Saints, and you're just kind of sitting there. Peyton, you going to introduce me to your friend there?
His mother's like, don't bother your father. His knees are killing him.
This is Billy Burr. He lives down the street. Oh, yeah? You play ball? Well, yeah, I mean, out in the street, but not like you guys.
I throw it around a little bit.
Yeah.
No, it was cool, though, man, to see Peyton going like, no, dude. It was like you could just tell the guy is just so, like, in tune. How cool would it be sitting next to him at a game? Like, and just like, he was like breaking it. He was like, yeah, dude, here's what's going to happen. You're just like, oh, dude, why aren't you playing right now? It's fucking incredible. He'd be a great coach, dude. He'd be a great coach.
He would. He would.
I think he'd be great.
I like him now in retirement, but I don't like any of those Colts. I don't like any of those fucking Colts. The fucking whining and bitch moaning and complaining they used to do against the fucking Patriots. I'll never forgive that franchise ever. Fuck all of them. I'm not really saying fuck Peyton Manning. I'm just saying the fucking whining.
I get it.
And the tapes and the investigations.
And the jealousy, Bill. The jealousy.
I know. And then you turn around and they were doing some of the worst shit ever. They got caught cheating so many fucking times, but for some reason, you know what it is, Paul? It's the middle of the country, Paul, and they just put them pants on one leg at a time, and nobody gives a fuck. You can literally fuck a pig in the middle of a fucking highway in the middle of the country, and the fucking the liberal media they're just not going to pick it up unless you have on a MAGA hat. Then you could be sitting there eating an ice cream, and they'd figure out something that you did wrong. They just don't give a fuck. Dude, when you really think about what the San Antonio Spurs did, they might as well have done that in Portugal. Like, you want to talk about, it's just like it didn't happen in a big media market. Nobody cares. Dude, the level of boss hog, cheating ass, gamemanship horseshit that the Indianapolis Colts did while they were calling us out for doing the same fucking thing that they were doing. Yeah. But it was the middle of the country, Paul.
Yeah.
They got them family values out there, Paul.
You know what that reminds me of? That Milwaukee Bucks championship where Giannis Antetokounmpo had 50 points in that closing game, that game 7, where he just went off. That was one of the most undeniable NBA championship game.
Not a sexy city, Paul.
It's
and by the way, I saw that Untold on Donaghy, and every motherfucking thing that I was saying I felt was going on in the 2000s, right through to right now. that I am watching assisted reality.
Yeah.
The way they let certain players go to some teams and not other. They got the whole fucking thing worked out. Not literally who's going to win, but who's going to give us the most ratings and the most fucking money in our pocket. They're getting the fucking calls. I mean, that happens to a certain extent with star players and everything, but I'm just saying what was going on. When they fucking acted like he was the only guy fixing games, the first thing I said was like, how long can I be shaving points, Paul? And you're on the team with me before you're like, Bill, what's going on with you? 2 games?
Yeah.
It's a fucking joke.
And here's the other thing. When there are 3 officials for an NBA game, the other 2 guys, they see a habit going on, dude. Come on.
Dude, and I really believe Stern, rest his soul, was filthy.
If me, you, and Andrew Themlis were doing an NBA game and you were Donaghy, one of us at halftime would be like, dude, Bill, is there something we should like?
Paul, I'm not shaving points without letting you in on it. You're my boy.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all going to Steak and Shake after this, buddy.
Bill, can I get a little scratch from this? What's going on?
You're
all over Iverson. That's fucking great.
Paul, this is what we do. We'll fix 1 game a month. They're not going to notice. As long as we're on the up and up and on the rest of them, 1 game a month, we get fucking paid.
Yeah, okay? They're not paying us enough.
We'll just have Themlis puts it in. All right, Themlis goes to Vegas, We just get him a linen outfit, matching top, so he looks like a fucking whale. Yeah. We'll go in and we'll take care of 1. Dude, fuck these guys, man. They're all making fucking. This guy's on the bench, Paul. They're making fucking more money we'll ever see in our lifetime. Come on.
Yeah. That's wild. Dude,
it's Utah versus the Pelicans. Nobody's watching this.
He's not the only one. That's amazing.
Oh, dude, when we go out to the West Coast, we're up in Portland. If they're bad that year, the whole East Coast, the Midwest, they're asleep, Paul. They're not even watching the fucking game.
Oh, dude, that was sad. That was fucking sad.
Can I tell you this, Paul? What about before ESPN? When you didn't even see those fucking highlights.
Oh, God. Yeah. Dude, that documentary of the player that his bookie friend goes, dude, just don't win. The guy that was supposed to be the number 1 pick in the NBA draft, and he ruined his career because the FBI found out. They go, yeah, dude, you could win. Just don't win by 8. Or you know what I mean?
Most easily fixed to manipulate game. Dude, my buddy just told me, New York guy, he goes, there's a book that came out about the New York Knicks in 1989 about them throwing games because they owed money to drug dealers.
What? Wow.
Exactly. What? They just everybody acts like it's not happening. It's like with Fox News and CNN. They'll go after a comedian in a minute. They're not going to go after big pharmaceutical. They're not going to go after the fucking guys that turned our food supply into poison. They're not going after that. They're not going to bite the hand that feeds. So the NBA is the hand that feeds. So they're going to do the rogue fucking guy. Daniel Stern was this visionary that built the league and da-da-da-da-da and all of that shit. All of that shit.
David,
whatever his fucking name is.
Daniel Stern was the actor in Home Alone.
I know he was. You're right. Should have let me go with that, because then people could do the. Dude,
you would be the worst guy,
like that with Daniel Stern glasses on. I mean, David Stern glasses on.
Yeah, Andrew, I just pictured if Bill got caught, and the FBI was, and Bill's like, all right, dude, I'm gonna fucking just keep me out of the fucking jail. I'm gonna sing. You just start even getting the other guys' names wrong.
Yeah, if I couldn't rat out on people if I wanted to. I can't remember their names.
The FBI guy would be confused. He'd go, wait, who? And then you would just,
Mickey Jordan. Mickey Jordan. He plays for the Chicago Blackhawks. One of those fucking Chicago teams. I can't remember. I'm done with the NBA, Paul.
I know.
I watch it because the athletes are so good. But I'm done with this whole stupid fucking trying to pay attention. Oh, my God, are the Lakers going to pass the Celtics? This is the thing, Paul. If you're writing this script, of course the Lakers get 18 before the Celtics do, because the Celtics held the record for the longest. That's more interesting. And then it's like, oh, the Celtics going to fucking better. And you watch, they'll let us load up again like that bullshit Big Three thing that they let us do.
Yeah.
There's no business like show business, like no business I know.
But you know what? That's why the NFL season is here, and you just go there, you have your beers, and you get fucking hammered. Andrew.
Speaking of that, Paul, was there a better weekend? I don't think I ever ate so many Tums and had heartburn. That time we went to LSU, Alabama on Saturday, spent a whole Sunday in New Orleans acting like we still had gigs, and then waited until the Monday night Saints versus Eagles.
That was amazing. That was one of my fondest memories of going to a game with you. And another one of my fondest memories going to a game with you is when we sat in the car in front of that house because the residential people let you.
That was LSU.
Yeah, and me and you sat there, and I think it was Michelob Lights. Was it Michelob Lights? And we just got hammered on Michelob.
No, we also had we had something hard too. We had the Michelob Lights. That's the first beer I ever got hammered on. And that's the only city I know where they still sell it because of that stupid Michelob Ultra. So we're drinking Mickey Lights in front of somebody's house right there in Baton Rouge.
Oh, and everybody just lets you park on their lawn and in front. And then when it's time to go, you walk. Me and Bill are drinking these Michelob Lights. But Bill, speaking of getting drunk.
Remember that old timer? The old time Southern guy? The LSU fan turns around to the Alabama section. He goes, around the hole and down the bowl. Roll, Tide, roll.
Yes, I do remember that. You lost it. And we started throwing a football with them. But, Bill, we got something really funny that I saw that I sent to Andrew. And I said, Andrew, me and Bill got to play this on Anything Better. This is a grandmother drinking at the Cincinnati Bengals game. And that's all I'll say.
I love it. Let's see it. I still think that guy using a hot dog as a straw was brilliant.
That was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen.
It is. Because it's something you should have done in private, but I understand it.
The hot dog juice with the drink, though, that's where I get sick.
I mean, come on, Paul. You're doing this. You're fucking drinking, you're eating the hot dog, it goes good together.
Nah. I need the beer and then that feeling and then the hot dog. I can't have the juices together.
Hey, what can I tell you? I'm more of an animal than you are.
You got to, speaking of animal. Oh,
I mean, when I saw that, all I wanted to hear was real man of genius.
I get it, though. It was. Oh, dude, speaking of baseball, Aaron Judge has 57 now. Oh, watch this. Here we go.
Oh, God, watch out for the kid. Dude, that's all beer, too.
The second one is when she just goes.
You know what's funny? You know it's still cold. You see the guy actually looked, he saw it. He kind of saw it coming out.
I'll be honest with you, dude. She held it together pretty good. Like
Right, she's dressed for it. She knew what she was doing. All right, let's stop watching this. This is gross.
I give her credit, dude. She hung in there. The second
dude,
one.
She has been drinking like that since Kenny Anderson was their quarterback.
You know how many concerts she's seen at that place? I mean, that's her go-to shit right there. She's had that seat for a long time.
Yeah. She had the guy next to Paul Brown.
The guy next to her just goes, it just went right back. I loved it.
I mean, what do you do?
Nah. I'll be honest with you, that didn't even gross me out. That seemed like water coming out of her. It wasn't even like, I've seen way worse ones at football.
I remember a long time ago, we were fucking drinking in the woods, fucking kids being an idiot. And there was a buddy of mine, like he could shotgun a beer faster than anybody else. He just was insane. He just went, it was like, he just goes, it's coming back up. Dude, the beer was in the can, in him, and on the ground in about fucking 2.5 seconds. We were fucking dying laughing.
Dude, I told you my stepfather told me this thing that they did in the Navy, and I almost got really, really hurt from doing it. But he goes, yeah, it's a gallon of water. He goes, I used to do it with milk and nobody could ever do it, but it's a gallon of water in a half hour without throwing up or puking.
You'll die.
And I dude, my buddy, yeah, did you fucking, so I was at a pizzeria. I worked at a pizzeria and the two owners were there. And I'm talking about it. And I go, yeah, dude, I started shaking. I had to make myself throw up. Like I timed it perfectly, blah, blah. And the guy goes, fuck you, Virzi, dude. I'll fucking do that. And no, are you fuck? He goes, I'll bet you $100. And I go, no, dude, you can't do it. I go, you'll get, he goes, this fucking guy, he goes, you fucking get it. And then he goes next door and he comes with a gallon of milk. And I go, a gallon of water. And I go, all right, this guy's name was Johnny. And he goes, I go, Johnny, don't do it, man. I was like, it's not cool. And he just goes, he's laughing at me. And he fucking takes the money out. He goes, they're laughing, making fun of me. So he takes it, slugs one, right? He just goes, fucking guy's an idiot, right? Takes two. He gets to like a quarter of it. And he just goes, all right. He's just, he took another one and he threw it down, and now the gallon is halfway done, and he did it way too quick. Within like 8 minutes, 6 minutes, he had it down, and he just goes, Virzi, you're an asshole. And he lunges towards the bathroom, and his hand went out, and we called him a water fountain because it just his hands went out like this, and it just a stream.
He's lucky.
Yeah, no.
A woman died doing that on a radio contest because they didn't understand what they were doing. I mean, I never heard of it either. Like, if you drink too much water, like it somehow breaks down the lining of your cells or something like that, which I don't know what that does, but it's not good for you. And she died trying to win like a PlayStation for a kid.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, dude, but it is watching somebody. The funniest thing about throwing up is the 2 seconds before they do. For me, it's just it's swallowing. They start swallowing. That's a good one too. When they go. Have you ever?
Like the sounds. I like. Have you? Sounds. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like what sounds? What do you mean?
Well, I've heard like family members and my wife when they're really sick. I feel bad for them, but the noises they make in the bathroom, they make me laugh. Like when somebody's just going like, you got nothing left, and then you just start going like doing that shit. It's echoing in there. It just reminds me of when what's his face was taking the piss in Naked Gun, and he didn't know he still had the microphone on,
and he farted. All right, it's Beard Club, everybody. Beard Club. Guys, it's no secret that women love beards and we love growing them, or trying at least. But having a great looking beard requires work, whether it's beard growth oils, styling products, or a top of the line trimmer. There's a small army of products required to grow your best beard. Luckily, Beard Club is here to help. As the leader in beard first men's growth grooming, say that 10 times in a row. Beard Club delivers quality hardware and what is that word there? Hold on a second. Consumables? Is that consume?
Oh, look at me. I don't know what the fuck it means.
Okay, I'll do that part again. Beard Club delivers quality hardware and consumables that help you get better, thicker, fuller looking beard. Head to beardclub.com/better. Take the beard quiz. Use the code BETTER at checkout. They'll recommend a grooming kit that's tailored for your beard's needs. Dude, they sent me the stuff, the oils and everything. It's really an amazing package. It's awesome, dude. Seriously, if you're one of the, if you love your beard, this is for you. The highlight.
You love your beard.
If you do this all the time, you like a little soft. The highlight of the grooming kit is the PT45 trimmer. It's truly a beard-changing device. There's no painful hair pulling. It's sturdy as hell and has amazing battery life. This is the same trimmer the NBA player James the Beard Harden uses. Yes, he's also an investor of the company.
He does that himself?
I guess so.
No.
The groom kit
He has
features
his own fucking barbershop. I can guarantee you that.
the groom kit
He
features
played defense before he trimmed his own beard.
Oh, Andrew, you should keep that in there. That's fucking great. Oh, it's perfect. The spray features strengthens, moisturizes your beard hair, oils that prime follicles for optimal growth, and the derma roller that rejuvenates dominant hair follicles. No matter the type of beard you have, Beard Club has the perfect kit to fit your needs. Beard Club, over 2 million beards served. Grow your best beard today and take 20% off your first order when you go to beardclub.com/better and use bonus code BETTER, BETTER. That's beardclub.com/better, code BETTER, BETTER, for 20% off your first order. All right, everybody, it is Thuma introducing the bed by Thuma, handcrafted from eco-friendly, high-quality, upcycled wood. You'll find beautiful, unique variations in the natural grain. The minimalist design featuring Japanese joinery helps elevate any space. It's super supportive for your mattress, breathable, and made to naturally minimize noise and create space. The perfect platform bed frame just got better. You can now customize the bed by choosing between an original pillow board or our new solid wood headboard. The fabric pillow board adds softness and color to any space, while the headboard offers solid, sleek support. The headboard attaches directly to the bed using Japanese joinery with no tools required. Buy it with the bed or on its own as an upgrade. Made for how you live, the Bed by Thuma is backed with a lifetime warranty, ships right to your door in 3 easy-to-maneuver boxes, and takes about 5-ish minutes to assemble with no tools required. You can easily build it yourself. Okay, these things are amazing. They're easy. You can take them, you could travel with them. And it's easy if you have children. You know, I have friends that have children. They're going to college. My kids are going to go to college. This is something that works for them. Thuma practices an initial less is more design philosophy for bed with clean lines, subtle curves, and lifestyle-enhancing details. Thuma proves that simplicity is the truest form of sophistication. Thuma works with one tree planted to plant one tree for every bed. That's really nice too, man. You're helping the environment here by getting one of these, to plant one tree for every bed and nightstand sold. And all their essentials are Green Guard Gold certified. Okay, I don't know exactly what that means because it's the first time that I've read that, but I know that it's good for the company and for the environment and the company. Okay, along with the bed, Thuma offers bedroom essentials to elevate bedtime. The mattress, the nightstand, and the side table are perfect complements to the bed. Create the feeling of checking in your favorite boutique hotel suite, but at home with the Bed by Thuma. And now go to thuma.com or .c-o/better to receive a $25 credit towards your purchase of the bed, plus free shipping in continental U.S. Go to thuma.co/better. That's Thuma, CHUMA.C-O/better for a $25 credit. It's Helix, everybody. Helix Sleep is a premium mattress brand that provides tailored mattresses based on your unique sleep preferences. The Helix lineup includes 14 unique mattresses, including a collection of luxury models, a mattress for big and tall sleepers, and even a mattress for just kids. So how will you know which mattress works best for you and your body? Well, here's how you do it, because we did it. You take a Helix sleep quiz You find a perfect mattress in under 2 minutes, and your personalized mattress is shipped straight to your door free of charge. Everybody is unique, and everybody sleeps differently. That's why Helix has several different mattress models to choose from, each designed specific sleep positions and feel preferences. Okay, models with memory foam layers provide optimal pressure relief if you sleep on your side, which sometimes I do. Me and my wife, we actually got the firm, the medium firm, and it has helped my lower back immensely, and that's dead serious. I feel like the injury is actually gone after having a herniated disc back there. So it's definitely a good product. Plus, Helix mattresses are American made and come with a 10 or 15-year warranty, depending on the model. And remember, you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. 100 nights. 100. And then you're just like, all right, I mean, you're not going anywhere after 100. That's when a company's like, you could have this thing for 100 nights. That's how you know. We've had ours for years now, and we're going to stay with them. It is even recommended by multiple leading chiropractors and doctors of sleep medicine as a go-to solution for improving your sleep. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattresses, all mattress orders, and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/better. With Helix, sleep better starts now. All right, everybody. Now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. Okay. BetterHelp has worked for a lot of people. It's worked for me. It can be tough to train your brain to stay in problem-solving mode when faced with a challenge in life. But when you learn how to find your own solutions, there's no better feeling. A therapist can help you become a better problem solver, making it easier to accomplish your goals, no matter how big or small. If you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. You could talk to these people right here on your computer. It's convenient, accessible, affordable, and entirely online. Get matched with the therapist after filling out a brief survey, and switch therapists at any time. So you could be talking to somebody on there, and you could be like, I need somebody else. Boom, you could get it right there online. When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit BetterHelp.com/anythingbetter today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp. Okay. Yeah, you know how to spell that. .com/anythingbetter. All right, I got one for you. What's the most embarrassing or public? Not embarrassing. What's the most public place you've ever thrown up?
Well, I've always been so hammered, I can't remember where, but
I had one on a class trip.
I had one when they were given a sightseeing tour, and I was laying in the fucking grass on this bluff down on the Cape.
What do you mean? What do you mean? A bluff?
I don't know what you call it. It was like long grass that was leading down the side of a cliff towards the ocean. And me and my buddy who drove drank so much during the day. It was like the middle of the day, and we were just completely passed out. And I started to come around because I was getting sick, and I heard this little boy say, "Mom, why is that man laying down there? Or why is that man sleeping down there?" And I got up, and I just went, "Oh," fucking yacked. And just
How old were you?
Like 20, 21. I was a man to that kid, but I was a kid. I was stupid.
Why is that man?
Then I also remember we got a flat, and I was hammered, and I put the jack. I didn't have it under the frame. I had it underneath his floorboards, and it went through the bottom of his car.
Oh.
It was a mess of a day.
I put the jack on the car in the wrong place and bent the frame once because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and I didn't want to tell
anybody. You didn't bend the frame. You bent something attached or something. Yeah, you can't bend the frame. You're supposed to put it on the frame.
Yeah, the thing in the middle. Like I was too far towards the middle of the car, and I just started to see a bend, and the guy's like, "Oh, you need help, dude. You want to talk about now?" Oh,
the exhaust pipe.
The cop was like, "Dude, I can't really help you, but you're gonna have to get." Like he was kind of like telling me what to do. It was brutal, man.
Yeah, I was fucking hammered. And then it was a piece of shit car. So it came with one of those jacks that was like this big. And then you had like that old timey crank.
Yeah.
I mean,
the thing was, I wasn't hammered. That's the embarrassing. I wasn't hammered. And I still, dude, right now, if I had a flat right now and I was on my own, completely sober, I'd get it done, but it would be a real long process. And as sad as it is to say, dude, I can't change my own oil. As sad as that is to say, wouldn't know how to do it.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think I've ever looked under the hood of my car because you just get them serviced now. Once a year they go in. So like, I would have to get the manual out to make sure that, whatever dipstick I was pulling out, obviously you would see oil, but I would still be like, I don't trust this.
Dude, if I tried changing my own oil, I'd look like one of those ducks after a fucking Exxon oil spill. Like I would just be completely.
No. Well, the thing is, there's no way to get underneath the cars anymore. The cars like sit on the ground and then you open it up and it's just fucking, it looks like LA where it's just like, I don't even know what half this shit is. There's all kinds of computer chips. I'm afraid of them. On my old truck, I could do it. No problem. I open the hood of my truck and I look down in, I can still see the driveway, like looking down into the thing. The only thing about my F100, the reason why I don't do it is because there was like a design flaw where the oil pan sits there and where you untwist it, the frame is right underneath it. So if it hits it, it goes all over the place. Like I've watched them at Jiffy Lube do it. They have like this giant spout that comes out and then they have like this big drain and then they take like they got to hose off the frame to get rid of all the oil that spills all over. It's just how they designed it. But the thing about changing your tire was you needed a good jack and you needed a breaker bar. That was the thing, just to get those things off. I remember a long time ago doing a stand-up gig. This other piece of shit pickup truck that I had, I got a flat on the driver's side on like fucking the highway. And that's like how you die at night. And I got out and I had that thing fucking changed in about 10 minutes. Because I already had my spare tire. I had it in the bed because I didn't want it underneath the truck because that little housing thing was shitty metal and it would rust out after the bolt would rust on it. It was like, I'm not going to be sitting here trying to get this fucking thing on the side of the road. So I had a professional jack, like a real one, not like a fucking real one. Professional. I jack cars up. I mean, I had a real one, not that bullshit one. Because the bullshit one that I had, like, literally was like, part of it was like under the hood. You had to open your hood and unbolt it and take this little fucking tree stand out. I got that one that went up like that. And then when you turn it, it came down nice and slow. I got one of those, and I had this big breaker bar for the to get the bolts off. And the big thing was you just loosened them while the tire was still on the ground. Then you jacked it up and went the rest of the way off, on, got them back on, lower it down, and then fucking crank them and jump back in your truck before some drunk driver hit you.
Yeah, Jesus, dude, your F-150's just a mean looking beaut. It's a fucking
F100.
beaut.
Yeah, they didn't have the 150 yet by then. Yeah,
F100. It's a fucking the front of it is fucking beautiful, man. I was looking at some cars. I'm waiting though.
It's great grandson's coming in January. I told you I ordered a F250, a 2023.
Oh, you ordered it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know you pulled the trigger.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
it's so stupid.
No, man, no, it's not.
You know what? It's going to be great, and it's going to because I'm not going to work the way I've been working, Paul. I miss my kids too much, and I don't give a shit. I just don't. I know that if I just don't work as much, but I still do quality. Quality is what hopefully keeps people coming to your shows. But I want to. Yeah, dude. Like I have a lot of shit that I have not done for 30 fucking years. Look at this shit, dude. I love football more than anybody, and I haven't been able to watch any games. So what's the point of doing that?
No, it's just
keep going to the next level and the next level and the next level. I've made enough fucking money. I got two beautiful kids and a great wife. Got a beautiful house. What the fuck am I doing?
What are you doing? Yeah, no, dude, I was looking at a boat. Me and
I'm in the
Lucas
Watergate Hotel, Paul. What am I doing here?
I mean, who am I? No, dude, me and Lucas are looking at a boat. We're gonna buy a fishing, but like a little fishing boat that you go out on like on the reservoirs and the lakes and shit. What do you mean, dude? They're fucking awesome. I'll send you pictures.
I'm saying that's fucking great.
Oh, I thought you were like, no.
I'm gonna judge you. I'm buying my second pickup truck. I can barely change a light bulb.
But you want to laugh? Stacy goes, Paul, what are you doing? She saw a Google search. You ready for this? I put luxury 4-seat fishing rafts or like boats. And she
Nobody's
goes,
ever put luxury. You either going out on a joyride, trying to bang your side piece on a boat, or you're going fishing.
She goes, Paul, there's no luxury. She goes, you just get one, you go fishing, it's a 4-seater. And I go, no, you could get like leather. It's comfortable if you sit down. And she's just like, yeah, but the money, you might as well get a fucking big boat. And I'm like, no, we're going to get a small fishing boat. I want it to be comfortable. But then I mean, there's not many luxury rafts.
Yeah, Paul, yeah. Wait, you're going to take it out on one of those lakes up there, huh?
Reservoir Lake. I'm getting all the fishing permits and stuff like that, dude. I got to be honest, man. We went fishing on vacation. It was so fucking cool, man. We cut it up. I got 4 fillets from this fluke, and then I cooked it that night. So what they do is you have to have, so when you go fishing and you get a charter boat, I got a charter boat and they were like, oh, with other people. I go, no, we're not. It's going to be us on a boat. I fucking got a captain and it's just us. Right. So we go out. And in order, no, because, you could do it like, oh, there's 20.
I'm fishing private, not this commercial shit.
Yeah, it's 7:00 in the morning. It's going to be me and the people that I fucking love, and that's it. So he goes, listen, the fish you catch go back in if it's not a keeper. And he goes, a keeper 17 inches or longer. And I got a fluke that was 17 and a half. And he goes, oh, this is a keeper. And he dude, I actually got a bit out of it because he threw the thing in a fucking cooler because we still had half the day. And while I'm casting out, this thing's fucking flopping around in there. It's just like, I'm like, when does this stop? It was, it's like fucking Billy Bats in the back of the.
Oh, but that's what's good. Yeah, it's hilarious. That's what's good about it, though.
I open it.
You respect the fact that you're taking a life, and then you're going to want to use the whole thing if you actually kill the thing that you're eating.
Well, I said to him, I go, listen, man, like he goes, I go, you're going to cut it up. And he goes, it would be funny if you did, but I'm gonna. So we're done. And we only get one keeper. We caught 13 fish. Out of the 13 fish, only one was 17 inches or longer. So, dude, they sideways cut the head off. They open the middle. They do the whole thing. What was really fucked up, dude, it was all clean white fish when he took it out. He put it in a Ziploc bag. Then he just takes what's left of the carcass and he, without even thinking, dude, he just like throws it in and like all these birds came. Dude, it was really like, I felt fucking bad for the end of that thing's life. But we went home and I got 4 big fillets of this fluke. For anybody that doesn't know, flounder and fluke are the same thing. It's basically different season. So in the summer, they call it fluke. And when you get one in the winter, they call it flounder. But they're basically, they lay on the bottom and both of their eyes are on the same side. And dude, it's really a delicious fish. So then I put lemon, salt, pepper, a little bit of capers, flipped it over, dude, 3 minutes. And fucking everybody took a bite and was like, holy shit. So I'm in, dude. I'm in.
Hey, I'll tell you this. Whoever said booze and boats don't mix never drank on a boat.
Yeah. Yeah. But I do
booze
get sick.
And boating completely mixed. That's the problem.
Yes.
Cars and booze. It's like drinking and driving is not fun. Drinking and boating is a fucking blast.
Yeah, you could get busted for both.
Oh, no, yeah, you shouldn't do it. I'm just joking because they go, it doesn't mix. It's like, oh, yeah, it does. It absolutely does. And that's why you have to make this statement because it's like.
Dude, do you ever see what's his name? It's just so stupid and over the top. Jeff Bezos has like a $200 million yacht that literally looks like a cruise ship. But when you look at it, it's like a luxurious hotel. It's like too much, dude. It's like, I mean, It's ridiculous. But
What do you
hey,
do with that?
being nice for an afternoon.
That's a crazy waste of money. $200 million on a fucking boat?
It's, I guess it's all relative if you have 200 billion, right? It's
No, it isn't. I couldn't. Could you buy, if you had $200 billion,
No.
could you spend $200 million on a boat for yourself?
No. If I wouldn't pay more than, I would buy like a fucking 20-foot yacht, like a 20-foot yacht for like $400,000, something like that. And that's just a fun thing to go fishing and stuff. But like, that guy's got spaceships, dude. It's like,
oh shit! Look at that fucking helicopter, man. Look at that. Oh, that's the fucking Air Force. Is that Air Force One? I don't know. Did you see it? Just went right by the.
Oh, you serious? Where are you? You in DC?
Probably trying to go find out where Joe Biden wandered off to.
Guys, we got a code red. He's gone again. He's gone.
Dude, I've been doing this bit talking about how Trump's going to come back, and then they're going to bring Joe Biden back, and it's just going to be this standoff of our fucking idiot is better than your fucking idiot. I mean, dude, Paul, we are in
when Biden turned around to shake hands with nobody there, dude, I don't give a fuck if you like him. And I was one of the funniest. He just goes, he said this, he went like this, dude, and he just turned around and put his hand out, and there was literally nobody there. And then he just goes, it's like,
dude, the left and the right have to admit that they're picking the wrong person right now. And we have to get back to somebody who has their faculties, and that's somebody that isn't a complete lunatic talking to the dumbest people in the fucking world.
I said, how about a 37-year-old fucking good-looking GQ magazine motherfucker coming out of a limo and shit, look tight, hair back.
I don't give a fuck about his image, Paul. How about some guy that can run the country?
No, I know, but none of these guys look the part either. Can we look the fucking part?
You're just always going to be that guy with a new hoodie and a fucking Yankee hat and Air Force Ones. That's what you want out of a president.
No, I don't. Actually, I almost said I don't have.
I want a guy who looks like he could go hang out with Jay-Z. Right, yeah, dude, that's my. I just want somebody competent, and I want somebody that's going to bring people like together. But I don't know that you can do that anymore with Fox News and CNN. How they go after each person, whoever's.
Yeah.
If it's not their
they'll
guy.
get demonized. They're going to get demonized. But of course, when I said I wanted them to look the part, of course I meant competent. I don't want some good-looking guy that's a fucking moron. I want a guy, but nobody has looked the part. Like, I mean, like
the last good-looking guy who was president was JFK. I mean, come on.
Definite best. And look, one of the youngest, good-looking. It looked like, yeah. Like, as much as I don't like that guy, and what's his name? Like that guy, the guy who put the blackface on and all that stuff, the Justin Trudeau in Canada. As much as at least the guy looks like a young, like a youthful.
He's a good-looking racist.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that guy.
Look, this is the last thing. Like, I don't get why the Democratic Party is not going. We are not with these lunatic left people trying to tell you what you can and can't say and end your career. And I don't know why the Conservative Party isn't saying, we're not with these mouth-breathing fucking racists, morons. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. Like, what I need, Paul, I need sanity.
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck what color tie it's wearing. That's what I want in this next one. The fact that we're going to bring this back, it's like you might as well have Vince McMahon running the fucking thing. They should have like theme music. And as Joe Biden's starting to make a speech, they should just start playing Trump's theme music and he comes storming down. I mean, dude.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Donald Trump says, ah! Donald Trump! That guy with the high voice, whatever the fuck that guy used to.
Yeah, dude, I agree with you. I agree with you.
No, because they neither one of them is an accurate portrayal of what I see and I'm actually going around the country traveling, and the people that I meet, they're not like trying to cancel you because of things you say, and they're not racist fucking morons. They're just people like, hey man, how's it going? I got a couple of kids, things are going good. They're just fucking normal people.
Yes. That's what I've got that too, where the stuff we're seeing is the smaller percentage and the greater
Back
percentage.
to 3 channels, Paul. No more internet. Right? You just go back to fucking, you make it small again. Everybody being able to throw in their fucking comment, and then like you watch these people on the internet and the stuff that they say in these chat rooms is just to start arguments. And everybody just gets like all fucking mad. Like, I can't remember the last time I left a comment on anything.
No, why? Because you're fucking normal. You leave a comment?
No, it's not because people know who I am, Paul. I'm not. I mean, I would be right in there fucking pissing people off.
Would you? Would you be?
I mean, how do you resist? I mean, I understand trolls. It's too much fun. Dude, when Colin Quinn used to do that shit, like, hey, say what you want about Led Zeppelin, but, you know, they really needed a few more hits. And people were like, what are you talking about? Like, their whole albums were hit. I mean, just...
Oh, that's different. Yeah. That's like a fun love. But there are people that troll like evil. You know, there are people that are like, he did it in a smart, funny way. You know, you would never...
Like, you know, it used to never fucking happen. I'm not saying the world was better, but, like, at least you didn't have to listen to it. It's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. There's some sort of fucking movie coming out where there's a mermaid and there's whoever's doing the voice is not white. And I guess the mermaid's white. And there's like white people who actually are taking the time to give a fuck.
It's live action.
Yeah. Oh, it's live action?
So she's in it. Yeah.
Oh, so she's in it and they're upset? Why? Because this fictitious thing isn't... Like, what in the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean? That's like, I don't know. It's like, I'm into sports, but I'm not going to literally sit there and play fantasy football. That's like the fantasy football level of being like a racist, I feel that, and then they're going to sit there and act like that's most white people, that they actually give a shit about a mermaid movie. I think that's another thing too. Rather than presenting those people as lunatic fringe people, they present them as the average everyday person walking down the street.
Right.
It's like the average everyday person walking down the street's like me. You don't even know the fucking movie's coming out.
Yeah. No, that's I think it's a smaller percentage, but since they make the loudest noise, the media runs with it. You know,
they don't even make the loudest noise. They amplify it, so it is. It's like, Paul, when you do a show in front of 1,000 people, 999 have a good time. One person has a rough time. They don't like it. And then they fucking interview them. And then they become like what the show is.
Well, yeah, there was something that was said. I'm not going to say the company's name, but, this company was really upset about something that happened. So they had like a storm out and hundreds of employees stormed out. And then you found out that it was like 24 employees like just that like showed up. They weren't even in the building. It was like it wasn't it was like, but the media, the camera pans out on 24 people.
But here's the thing, dude, regular people are doing the same thing. They're doing that with their YouTube pages.
That's right.
It's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. Like somebody brought this up, and it was a great point in my podcast going, where the fuck is liberal Hollywood with Jackson, Mississippi right now? Do we need to change our name to Ukraine for you to figure it out? The best thing the left could do right now is help out all those people in Jackson, Mississippi, and treat them like fellow Americans rather than looking down their noses at them because they don't feel that they vote the same way. It's stupid.
No, we'll hear about
the same way the people on the right, when Hollywood catches on fire, they shouldn't be like laughing, going, good, you fucking Hollywood devil media running sons of bitches. Like, we got to stop doing that, man. We're killing ourselves.
Two sides, two extreme sides. R.I.P. to the Queen. Lord knows we're going to hear about it for another fucking 3 months, but R.I.P. to the Queen. Because I learned some stuff about Queen Elizabeth, and she seems like a cool chick. She had some really cool quotes. Rest her soul.
Somebody was playing this clip of Irish... what is his name? I just forget his name. Was playing this clip at an Irish soccer game. They were singing that she's in a box now.
Jesus.
Well, they haven't exactly been nice to them.
Right. Dude, did you see Prince Charles or King Charles? Did you see that video of him with the workers?
I lost money, dude. I was convinced they were going to skip over him.
Dude, he went like this. He came out and he fucking treated a servant like a fucking servant, dude. They were like, oh my God, dude. He came out and he literally was like, he looked at me just, dude, the way he did it was like, oh shit. Yeah, that's a king. It's acting like a fucking king from fucking hundreds of years ago. Fucking.
Is that how the king has to act?
No.
Exactly. That's a fucking asshole move.
How about
if you know what it is, Paul, at the end of the day, if you had to put money on the fight, who wins?
Right. Yeah.
You want to hear one of the most profound things I ever heard?
Yeah.
With no meat on the bone, the late, great Charlie Murphy. There was something that went down and he had to like take it. I said, you're not going to do, you know. No, he did something about it, and then he got in trouble. This when he was younger. And he goes, you know what I learned on that day or something like that? I said, what? He said, bitches run the world. He said, the world is run by bitches. Meaning most of those guys that are making us all, you know, miserable and all of that couldn't fight their way out of a fucking wet paper bag. They never had to. But they have all this money and power, so they got all these people to fight their fights for them. And then Charlie Murphy, you know, is looking at himself where like he could have fucked any of them up, but he doesn't have their juice. So then a guy like him, he was a fucking warrior, man. I saw him one time at the fucking Tempe Improv get into it with this guy where they were just talking about martial arts and whose style was better. And Charlie was just going like, I'm telling you, man, my style's, I've fought against guys like you. You're not going to get me. The kid was like, all right, let's go. And they were just fucking twisting each other up. Charlie was looking over at me, smiling, just handling the dude. And like Charlie at that point was, you know, like late 40s. And this kid was like in his 20s. He was still, you know, full of piss and vinegar. And he had no problem with them whatsoever.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
I've lost a lot of friends. And with that, you know, out of all the friends that I think of, that guy, I think about him and the stuff that he said a lot. I really miss that guy, man. That was one of the coolest things ever, man. I ran into someone one time that also knew him. And I was just like, yeah, I knew Charlie. He goes, oh yeah, Charlie loved you. I knew Charlie really well. It made me feel good that he had positive things to say about me, man. Because that fucking guy, Jesus Christ.
He had a smile, man. He had a
fucking stories he had, you know, those Charlie Murphy true Hollywood stories. Dude, he had me crying, laughing. I can't say the names. It's his story. I wasn't there, but he was talking about how he was at a party one time and there was the current boxing champion there of some weight class. And he was drunk and he was telling everybody there that he could throw 4 punches in under a second this close to your rib cage and he wouldn't hit you. And he kept hitting guys because he was drunk. And they'd be like, oh, and they'd like fucking go down. And then he would go, you moved, right? And they weren't moving. They was just hammered. So I was going like, why were people doing that? And he was going like, I don't know. The way he told the story, it was just basically a bunch of goofy white guys who wanted to fucking get in good with this guy. So they were literally to a fucking boxing champion were going like this. And he put his head in there. Yeah. And the last one, he fucking cracked their ribs and these guys were folding.
Oh.
And then he would just be like, oh, you moved, man. And he couldn't tell if he was fucking with them or whatever. But he said he was in the kitchen. Because he goes, I don't want to be near that motherfucker. He was drunk. He's crazy. He goes, that's the champ. I don't want to be near him. So Charlie had like a respect for him. But he also saw the show and the story. So he was like standing in the doorway, peeking in, watching these white guys in their fucking, you know, button-down shirts like me getting folded over.
Oh, man, that's great.
You know, he had that one. He had an OJ story. Dude, he had some fucking stories of like, it was such a specific era. The people, when he would tell those stories of who was there. Dude, he would tell stories and it would be like, you know, it was like me, Eddie, the second lead on Knight Rider and fucking the guy from Hardcastle McCormick. It was just like, I was like, what? You guys all, yeah.
That's
he goes, that was a
great.
big show, man. That guy had a big show.
That's
And they
great.
would just be this shit that they were doing. And there was like no cell phone cameras or anything. And it was such a small puddle too, dude, as far as who was famous. So if you got there, dude, the fucking money was nuts. Was fucking nuts. Well, now I feel like it's bursted into like a billion slices of pie. And there's only a few that are getting like, you know, like the big thing. Like there was guy like back in the day, a performer could make like, you know, wouldn't make Bezos level money, but he would go out and buy that fucking yacht and go broke. That go out and buy a $200 million yacht and have all his boys on it and shit. And there'd be all this wild shit that happened. And now, I don't know, you can't fucking do it. Maybe that's where you got to go now. You got to go out to sea. Dude, if you get that boat, man, I'm in.
Yeah, no, it's fun. And the reservoir here is good, but you got to get all kinds of shit now. You got to get like it's not just a license and a permit. You got to get a water access thing because especially this is this reservoir is the cleanest. This reservoir supplies New York with a ton of its drinking water. So I got to get all these permits and stuff. But dude, when we do, it's so beautiful, man. It's around the mountains too, dude. It's in there. It's beautiful. We'll definitely do it when you come up. You know what's amazing about a guy like Charlie Murphy, rest his soul? There are certain people you feel their presence. Like I remember I ran into that guy at Stand Up New York and he was on stage doing a joke. And I said something to him after, just a big smile and just like, but you felt the dude. Like certain people you fucking feel when they're there, man. Like, you know, it's amazing.
The only other guy who had a vibe like him that I was ever around was Lawrence Taylor. When I did Inside the NFL, I can't like describe what his vibe was like, and he was oblivious to it. As far as like, he was just being himself. It wasn't like, hey man, I'm Lawrence Taylor, I need to turn it on. He was just like, I saw him like literally just like looking at like his phone or whatever, and people were just drawn to him. And it's beyond, that's Lawrence Taylor. He had like that thing. Charlie had that, where it was like, he came in the room, you sensed he was in the room. He had that fucking laugh. And then also he was a fun guy. And he was a fucking like guy's guy. And the dude was a warrior too. And like, you know, it's just one of those, you can just feel like, I'm not fucking with that guy. I wish I was like that guy. I wish I could handle somebody the way that, I mean, he was like a fucking, he was hilarious, dude. And then he was also like really like inquisitive, like really, you know, like
how so?
Well, you know, if he met somebody, you know, you just like he would get into shit that you wouldn't think he would get into. You know what I mean? Which I think is the artist brain. Where a lot of people, it's kind of like, hey, I'm from here. This is how you do things, and you kind of stay in that world, and that's how you kind of become like a character in a way. Where like, I feel like other people that have more of a seeker brain or like an artistic brain, all of a sudden like, I'll tell you, somebody who I love who reached out to me. I posted some pictures because I went to that Poison, Motley Crue, Joan Jett, and Def Leppard, and I got a text from Lunel. Going, hey, next time you go to some shit like that, let me know. I was like, you like Poison and Motley Crue? She goes, oh, that was my shit. And I was just, I never in a million years would have guessed that you knew any of that shit. She goes, nah, every rose has its thorn. That was my shit. I was like, I had no idea. So that's for me, like going on the road or whatever, if I'm hanging out with people, I like hanging out with people like that, where there's like, you know, and he was like that, where it was just like he would like know about shit or be into shit that you never thought he would be into, and then the other shit that you'd think you'd be into, he knew all the way down to like bedrock, like like when he talked about martial arts and he talked about guys too, man, he could like he could do 20 minutes on those martial arts magazines because he used to read them when he was a kid. And he used to always laughing at the guy getting his ass kicked on the cover. He had me cracking up about that. But then like me listening to him reminded me of like, he's into these martial artists the way I was into metal bands, and I used to read Hit Parader. So those karate magazines were like his Hit Parader, because he was like, man, I still got those things. Like I'm somewhere in the house or something like that. And I don't know. I like talking about him because I don't want that shit to fade, because it was coming up on 20 years ago. We did that tour.
No, this is great. In Delirious, when that woman yelled out, you just hear, "Shut up, bitch." That's Charlie. And that's why Eddie laughed. So you knew that, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. So
during Delirious, that's why Eddie just laughed. And actually during the taping, it's on the special, a woman yelled something out like, and instantaneous, you hear, "Shut up, bitch." And it was Charlie. And Eddie fucking just dropped the mic and started walking around because he was so protective of him. And I was like, that's Charlie.
I always thought he was laughing at what the woman said, because he said, "I didn't bet y'all didn't think I could throw my voice." He was talking about what Charlie was saying.
When she said it, listen again.
Yeah.
Right after she says it, you hear, "Shut up, bitch," and it's Charlie.
Well, Charlie told me stories about doing security on his tour. And then when Eddie came back and was in I think it was in Raw, when he was talking about getting sued and they act like he beat up the whole bar.
Yeah.
And then years later, I worked with Charlie and was saying, yeah, my brother had to let me go because I got too aggressive. I always wondered, and I can't confirm that if he was talking about
that.
But he used to say, they said, yeah, man, if we were walking down the street and someone, "Yo, Eddie, you ain't funny," he goes, "I go and fuck him up."
That's so.
I go,
funny.
"You what?" He's like, "Yeah, you're fucking talking about my brother like that." I mean, it was like really like, it was hilarious, dude. Like that guy, I'm telling you, man. Like that
Bill,
guy
how
was,
old?
That guy, I'm telling you, was a New York legend. Like if somebody ever did a mural, they got, and all the New York legends, you got to put him in there. And his funeral, dude, was incredible. It was he got the New York legend send off that he deserved. And it was an honor to be there. Like I was just sitting there like, I've been to, unfortunately, a lot of funerals, and that one was, his funeral was like his friends sent him off right. I'll tell you that.
That's amazing and great to hear. Bill, how old was he when he started stand-up? He started stand-up after Chappelle's show, right? Was he in his 40s when he started?
Late 40s. He was like 46 or 47. Well, that I'm Rick James bitch thing, I'm Charlie Murphy. That all fucking blew up. And then I think Donnell saw it and was like, "Dude, you should do stand-up. You and I will do a thing." And then they grabbed me, and it was like, he did 2 shows, 2 open mics, and we went out on the road, and he was billed as the headliner. And it was really, he would do like 10 minutes. This is the first couple of gigs. He would do 10 minutes. He would host. And then I would go out, and then Donnell would close it. And Charlie was the guy who taught me that you can write an hour if you have to. But he started in June. By August, he could talk for 50 minutes. It wasn't great. It was his first 50 minutes. But then he learned how to do that.
That's incredible, dude.
No, he wrote like movies for Eddie. I think he wrote
Norbit, didn't he?
He wrote Norbit. I think he wrote Vampire in Brooklyn. And he was talking about one of those movies. I remember he was writing it. They were out in Hawaii, and he was talking about how his family was out there playing by the pool and everything, and he was just sitting there fucking writing this thing.
That was Norbit. They wrote Norbit in Hawaii. Because I'm an Eddie, you know me, I love Eddie. So yeah, he wrote that there. Shit was hilarious, by the way.
Well, I remember we were supposed to do the Improv No, we were supposed to do Hilarities in Cleveland, and then he dropped out at the last second because he had to go fly to go write that movie. And dude, like they wrote that movie in like 2 weeks. Like they had that thing ready to go, and then it was like the next year, I think, like they shot it or whatever. And yeah, he was in Norbit was his idea. He was watching, there's a YouTube video, there's a famous YouTube video from way back in the day, big black woman, and there's a skinnier black dude, and he's trying to hit her. And she keeps putting her face out, and as he goes to swing, she'd pull it back, and she'd hit him. And he fell for it every time. She kept sticking it out, pulling it back, and hitting him, and then was dragging him across the street, hitting it. And I remember, I think this was, I can't remember, this is so long ago. If he had seen it first, or if I went to show it to him, and they'd already made Norbert, I feel like when I finally showed that to him, he said, yeah, he goes, that's where I got the idea for that movie. He goes, I saw that video and I was dying laughing, and I sent this to Eddie going, Eddie, this is a movie. You got to be this woman and this dude, like this guy who's scared shitless and his girlfriend beats the fuck out of him. He saw it and just was like, everybody else saw it and thought it was funny. He saw it and goes, this is a movie, and showed it to Eddie. And I guess Eddie was laughing. I feel like I'm really speaking out of school here because I don't remember how, this is my remembrance of it. This is a long time ago. So please don't.
No, that makes sense, dude. That makes sense. And I remember hearing that Eddie and his brother Charlie were writing that in Hawaii, because I remember seeing it. And there were some scenes and lines that were because when he played the nerdy Norbit, and he just would smile, like nobody did that better than him. I mean, it was the best. That's amazing. Well, rest in peace to Charlie.
Oh, we
Murphy.
still love that. What's that one Eddie did with Steve Martin? Where he's like, that was awesome.
Oh, oh my God, dude.
Bowfinger,
yeah.
amazing.
Bowfinger. Anytime that movie's on, me and my wife just watch it.
My dad loves the scene where he's crying when he has to cross the street.
I actually always feel bad for him. Like, I don't want to do that anymore.
I mean, who's more talented? It's Eddie and Jamie Foxx. Am I crazy for saying those two are the top two?
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. And then I think after that, if you're trying to find anybody as talented as them, you have to get out of acting. You have to go to like a musician or I don't know what.
Yeah.
Like that's not like, guys like that come around, dude. Like one person like that comes around, I feel, every quarter of a century, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, trying to think, like, I don't know, like Michael Jackson, James Brown, like guys like that, they just don't, I don't know. That's why, like with sports, if there's somebody that's like truly great, that's why I'm psyched. Like over the last like 25 years, every great baseball, football, hockey, basketball player, I went out and I saw them from Kobe to Ichiro to fucking, the Dan Marinos, and everybody's going to be shit on me for Dan Marino. You don't fucking get, I had no running game and no defense. That guy threw for 5,000 fucking yards when you could beat the shit out of receivers
and quarterbacks,
clothesline people, and all kinds of shit. And that guy threw for like 5,000 fucking yards and 48 touchdowns when it meant something. When like the next closest guy had like 27 or 30.
I'm glad I saw Brady. I'm really glad I saw Brady. I really am. And I saw Brady in his prime, the year that he broke the record. I saw him, man. And I got to tell you something.
The best thing that happened for his legacy was he won in Tampa too. That shut everybody up. They'll never shut everybody up because there's always going to be haters. But like the greatest thing about that is it's just like, now what are you going to see? You can say he's a system quarterback.
Yeah, you can't.
He can't do it without Belichick. He just did.
Yep. Well, listen, I got to go get my little boy from little boy. He's getting older. I've got to go get Lucas from practice. Dude, what a great episode, man. Such a great.
You're going to be a grandfather with a boat on a fucking lake. Are you kidding me? You won. All you got to get is one of those grandpa hats. It's the best.
Oh, dude, I'm going to be a grandpa on a boat with a cigar. I'll put my dog on the fucking boat. You think I give a fuck? My
I'll tell you one
dog's
thing I don't understand. I just don't understand people who won't be their fucking age. Oh, this, it's the internet, this obsession with trying to look younger than you are. Who gives a fuck? You got to be that age. Now you're this age.
Yep. Yeah.
Dude, someday I'm 54 years old. When I'm fucking 64, I'm going to be like, I wish I was 54. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Fucking enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
All right. That's it.
What do you got to plug, Bill? What do you got? Where do you want the people to go?
I got to plug the top of my head is what I got to do. What do I got? I don't know what I got, Paul. I got a whole bunch of work in front of me. I'm doing Phoenix with you. And I got, I don't know what I have, Paul. I have no idea. I literally go day to day. I'm doing DC and Philly this weekend. I know that.
Well, Bill's shows are probably sold. I'm sure the sick tickets are sold. Go see Bill Burr anywhere you could see him, billburr.com. Check out paulvirzi.com. Guys, this Saturday, I am going to be at Soul Joel's Comedy Dome in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. October 7th is sold out in London, but don't you worry because they added Paulie to October 8th.
You sold out an international show.
I sold out my first international show. We added a second October 8th, so you could get those tickets. I'll be at 21 Soho October 8th. And then October 19th, I'll be at the DC Improv. And October 20th, I'll be at the Philadelphia Punchline. Going to see the Giants play the Packers in London, Bill. I'm going to be there.
Amazing.
I'm going to be there with my family. I'll come back with a British accent. You think I give a fuck? What would you do?
Hey, do yourself a favor. Get the Indian food over there.
I will.
Indian food's next level.
Somebody said Indian food and fish and chips. They got good fish and chips over there.
That's right. That's right.
Throw down a couple beers, throw down a couple cold ones, maybe go into the local
pints,
pub.
Paul. Couple of pints.
Couple pints. Maybe we'll go into the local pub, watch a soccer game. Who knows? Who knows? But
dude, Premier League is the shit.
Dude, I may become cool with the king. What would you do if you saw a picture of me and fucking King Charles like this? Billy's not that bad. Billy's not that bad. He's nice to me. Who does that sound like? He's nice to me. He's nice to me.
Hey, he was always nice to me. All right, I got to go too. All right, brother. Great talking to you. Good luck with your picks.
Oh,
I'll try to keep up with you, Paul, so we beat the book again this year. Thank God.
And good luck with your Chiefs tonight.
Oh, that's right. Son of a bitch. All right, cool. All right.
Later, guys.
All right, see you.